Welcome, my name is Whitney Cleveland. This is my third video. I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I think it'll be nice for a lot of people that hold tension or stress or even have issues, some kind of problem with their neck and shoulders. So I really wanted to bring this forward for you and hope that you guys enjoy it. We're going to start with some breathing. So just taking a few moments to settle yourself in a comfortable seated position. Use cushions as needed to help you feel more comfortable, or even sitting in a chair. So breathing in, close your eyes, and starting to visualize just the process of your muscles relaxing and stress just rolling out of the body, especially in the neck and shoulder area. One more breath, letting all of that just kind of release. And then once we open the eyes, we're as relaxed in the shoulders and the neck area as we can be in this moment. Right, so just from that little visualization, that little exercise, the body has prepared to relax. So now we're going to use biomechanical feedback, and I might not be saying that right. I learned this technique from the director of Kennedy Space Center at the time that I was there, and she did her PhD dissertation on this process. So we're going to go through it right now. It's just a little exercise that I know that people can use anywhere at any time of day to help them relieve tension, areas of stress that have manifested within the body this way, and it only takes a few moments of their time. So even if you can't go through the rest of the process, we're going to go ahead and start with this area, but just realize it can be applied to any areas that we do hold stress. So we're going to go ahead and squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze your shoulders up to the ears. Take a few deep breaths. Use your muscles tight as you can. One more breath. And exhale, release. Now we're going to do that 2 more times. So again, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze up the top. One more breath. Big squeeze and release on the exhale. Last time. All right, so squeeze, 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 deep breaths. And release. Just kind of release the head. You can rock side to side a couple of times if your neck moves willingly that way. And just now notice the difference in the tension in the neck area. So that little exercise can be done with the muscles in between your eyes, with your hands, glutes. If you hold tension in the hips, you can activate your glutes to try to release that tension. Even lower back and abdomen, if you do have something going on there, not normal, not likely, but you can still use it in any muscle that you can get your mind to tense up for a period of time. And maybe just starting out, you just get in 10 seconds, and maybe not. I think we were closer to 20 seconds on the hold. All right, so from there, we're going to move into some neck stretching. So we're going to first drop chin to chest, holding that motion. And if that's that opens up the space in the vertebrae of the neck. So just holding that for a breath or 2. And then next inhale, we're going to lift the chin and we're going to rock the ear to the right. So now we have our ear and our shoulders stacked on top of each other. And we're going to try to lengthen through that left side Now there are ways to make this a little bit more intense depending on what you need. So you can bring your left arm behind you and let it rest there. Breathe and let the space open up. If you need a little bit more, you can take your right hand, grab onto the wrist, and gently bring it over to the right hip. Still holding and relaxing, but sitting tall. Sometimes we start to slump, so you do want to stay nice and tall and engage the belly. One more breath. And releasing. So ideally you should try to hold that for 20 to 30 seconds or 2 to 3 or even 4 breaths, just depending on how much tension you have in there. You know, if you're getting a lot of feedback, maybe spending more time in there, but eventually letting it rest and recuperate from the stretch, because sometimes we're just not used to it. All right, we're gonna drop the ear to the left now. Again, same steps as before. So try to lengthen first. And then if you want to bring that right arm behind you, let that settle in first. And then if you want to bring the left hand to the wrist and pull it over, another great way to open up. One more breath. And as you exhale, we can release the hand, bring the chin back to neutral. All right, so that was a great stretch for in here. You get your trap muscle that connects right up in here, the big muscle that can cause a lot of tension. Now we're gonna move into elevator stretch. So we're going to bring the chin to the right and drop your chin downward. All right, so you can stay here and it's gonna feel like it's coming deeper into the neck. It's right in here. It's the muscle that connects to your jawline and runs down into the clavicle area and shoulder. Okay, so we're just gonna keep that motion there. And then if you do need more, just like last time, you can use your right hand to guide you. So all you do is place the hand on top of the head and breathe. We're not pulling on the head. We're just allowing the weight of the hand to do the work. And again, that left hand, it can always come back behind you, sitting tall, breathing. And releasing. We're gonna come to the other side now. So we're gonna bring your chin, face the left. Drop the chin down. You might start to feel a stretch immediately. All right, remember we're sitting tall, and then from here, just finding those options. See what works better for you. And nice inhale, we'll lift chin. Bring ourselves back to center. And let's kind of go ahead and roll out the shoulders a little bit. So if at any time you start to get into these stretches and you feel a little bit of like a neck spasm or anything like that, maybe don't go as intensely in the future. Try it again, but try not to hold it as long, or don't go as deep, so that you can continue making progress, because these are all normal ranges of motion for your cervical spine, and we want to make sure that you can keep your range as long as possible. And that's what yoga is all about, is to help us continue to keep our body healthy, joints healthy, and the neck is a very important aspect of our daily life. So we're going to do 1 or 2 more things. I'm going to lay down to do them, but I'm going to explain them really quickly. So what we're going to do is try to push back into the mat with the back of our head to strengthen the muscles in the back of the neck. So we've done a couple of stretches, and then we're going to do just like that strengthening exercise, and then that'll be it. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay down. We're going to lower the body down, place the head onto the mat. And we're not going to look left and right. I'm just going to look left to talk to you on occasion. So what you're going to do is take the back of your head and push into the mat.
And you might feel like you're making a double chin, and maybe you are, but some people do say to make it, and that's fine if you choose to do that. But we're gonna push back, and you're gonna activate these muscles back here. You're gonna hold for about 10 seconds or 1 to 2 breaths, and release. And we're gonna do that 2 more times. So pushing the head back. And release. Last time. And release. You can rock your head back and forth a couple times. We're going to do one more thing and then we'll end our practice today. So what you're going to do is roll onto your belly, so you can shimmy to one side, roll onto your belly. Just a nice passive stretch to end our practice with today. We're going to go ahead and bring ourselves into a prone shavasana, bringing our left ear down and let the shoulders relax. So this is a great way to allow for a passive stretch in the right side of your neck. And it's okay if you have to adjust a little bit. One more breath. Bringing our chin back around to neutral and over to the left. Next, inhale, bring your chin neutral. I'll go ahead and push myself upright. From there, you're welcome to move into Shavasana. Otherwise, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the neck area. In the prone position, if that did bother your neck a little bit, maybe your mobility is just not quite there yet for it, but just notice which side felt a little bit less comfortable, and that might be one. So if you looked to the left and the right side felt very uncomfortable, that might be the side that you want to spend a little bit more time on when you're stretching in the seated posture. There are some other ways to get into it, but for today, that's all I'm going to share. I hope that you enjoy it, take it with you, use it on your trips, use it at home when you feel stressed after a long day. Whatever it is, just make sure your neck is also a part of your practice, as it can get neglected, and once it does become troublesome or a bother to you, it seems to affect everything that we do, including our other yoga postures. All right, again, thank you so much. Namaste.